Good morning, it's Wednesday, September 11th, 2013. I'm forecaster Mark Spencer from NeoWeather.com. Well, some like it hot. We got another hot day, and so we'll talk about how warm it will get and take a look at some of the highs from yesterday. We could be dealing with some late afternoon storms. We'll talk about that. And will the week end on a much cooler note? You get all the details and much more starting right now. Before we take a look at the NeoWeather 3D Max radar this morning across the area, I want to take a moment just to reflect back on what happened 12 years ago today, September 11th, 2001. I'd like to remember and honor those that gave the ultimate sacrifice to protect their country and those that did their job to get others out and save their lives. We'll never forget. And a very nice day is shaping up across the East Coast from New York down to Washington, D.C., and even over into Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Very clear, a warm, and a little bit humid morning. They're already starting in the low 80s in New York, right around 80 in the D.C. area, and into the mid and upper 70s for southwestern Pennsylvania. Almost little reminiscent of this day 12 years ago. Very clear out there, a very beautiful day shaping up. Any of the morning celebrations are getting without any issues with regard to the weather. So a very nice day indeed out along the East Coast for those. As we take a look on out across the rest of the country, of showers and storms along a cold front moving in across the western Great Lakes. That's going to move into our area later this afternoon and this evening. Some more showers in from parts of New Mexico all the way up into southern Wyoming. Those are moving south to north out of Mexico. Also some showers here along the southeastern coast with the low pressure system here. And pretty much the big story is going to be the heat. All this area right here, this is a big heat dome pretty much. We had record highs yesterday. We'll talk about that. And could we set a record today? It's very possible. We'll also take a look at that in just a moment too. This morning, we're starting out pretty warm. Temperatures coming in this morning for the 9 o'clock hour, 79 Hopkins, 77 for many parts of the area, including Mansfield, Port Clinton, Akron-Canton, Youngstown, and Ashtabula, 74 Worcester, 76 Ravenna, and 78 Dover, New Philadelphia. So temperatures already starting very warm. We're going to warm up a lot today. A few clouds coming in. These look to be some mid and high level clouds coming in here, and perhaps a few showers here off towards Findlay and parts of western Ohio. We'll see if those hold up at all. More showers and storms are expected later this afternoon. On our Futurecast, I want to take a quick look at one of the high-resolution model runs that we have here, and I think this is going to be the best solution for how this afternoon and this evening is going to set up. So we're starting here looking at about 3 o'clock this afternoon. Notice pretty clear across the area, still pretty sunny. Temperatures as we load those are going to be very, very warm. The pinks are in the 90s, some of these locations 93 perhaps, so it's going to be very warm out there. As we switch back over to our simulated radar product, here's at 4 o'clock. Notice right here, this is a line that's going to start developing as we continue to progress this near Detroit, down to Adrian, and towards Fort Wayne. You see this line of storms starting to develop. Here we are at 7, 8 o'clock, 9, 10, 11 o'clock, and midnight. So we have some questions with this line, though, depending on the timing, when things actually form. Still going to be pretty unstable air mass with the hot temperatures. It's going to be humid as well. Dew points are going to be really high, upper 60s, low 70s. Really going to feel oppressive out there, but that's also fuel for storms to develop, too. So if these storms start developing earlier than expected, or the storms along that cold front we just looked at a moment ago continue to strengthen as they move eastward throughout the day, we could be dealing with storms earlier. And if that is the case, we could be talking about a few storms being strong to possibly severe, with the best threat there of any severe weather being damaging winds and perhaps some large hail. So keep an eye on it. Stay tuned to our Facebook fan page and Twitter for the very latest information throughout the afternoon. Our high yesterday was a record-setting 96 degrees, the low 75. Our average high is 76. The record high today is 92, and we could break that today. We'll talk about the high in a moment. No rain for yesterday. Actually, no change in a week. We're still at 28.21 inches for the year. Just a little under an inch and a half above normal. Sunrise now at 7:03 a.m. and sunset at 7:43 p.m. All right, so here was our highs from yesterday. The temperatures in reds were either ties or records. We set a record at Cleveland at 96, the old record 93. Akron Canton tied the record of 93, so that'll go down as 93 in 1983 and 2013. Mansfield broke their 93 record and hit 95. Elsewhere, you see the highs, low 90s, even a couple mid 90s out near Lorain and Port Clinton. A very warm day yesterday. We'll have another warm day today, and that leads us to our pollen forecast first. Ragweed in the moderate category, almost high. Weed pollen, I think, is for the most part low right now. That could come up, though, and mold spores in the moderate category. Now our forecast for today features a high of 93 degrees. Mainly sunny skies this morning. Will give way to some clouds this afternoon, and eventually towards the late afternoon and early evening, some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Winds will be out of the southwest about 6 to 12. We'll kick the morning off at 8 a.m., mainly sunny, 73, a little bit warmer in a few locations, though. We're up to 87 by 11 a.m., 92 by 2 p.m. Remember, that's our record high. And 5 p.m. I think will be around 90 with some isolated storms off to the west. The best chance for storms, though, overnight tonight. Storms west by 7 p.m. That'll be west of Cleveland. Otherwise, between 8 and 9 o'clock, storms likely for just about everybody. By midnight, though, I think we're going to pretty much clear out. And then we'll go mostly cloudy and then do some partial clearing overnight in the early morning. Lows drop to around 70, but there's a cold front that's coming through, and that's going to spark up some morning showers and storms again after daybreak. And those should, for the most part, if the model solutions are correct, clear out just after lunchtime. Our high will be 80, and then it gets cooler from there. Friday is going to feel like a really chilly fall day. 60 if we're lucky to get there with, that says lake effect rain showers. A good bet. The north wind across the lake. Mainly sunny but cool for your weekend. 63 Saturday, 68 on Monday. And we slowly try to improve into beginning the next week. Partly cloudy both Monday and Tuesday. Our high Monday 67, Tuesday 68. And keep in mind, this is high pressure over the area as we get into the weekend and early next week. Some of those overnight lows get pretty chilly, such as Saturday night, a low of 41 outside of town. Could get into the upper 30s. Be sure to stay with NeoWeather.com for all the latest. Don't forget, Neo Talk Live is on at 9 o'clock tonight, and we'll be revisiting the El Reno, Oklahoma tornado and talking about why it was downgraded from an EF5 to an EF3. I'm forecaster Mark Spencer. Thank you for watching today's forecast. Get the latest weather at NeoWeather.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. NeoWeather.com, Ohio's home for weather.